Hello, and welcome to Arcana Drive. My name is Arcana, but I won't be your driver this evening because I don't have my license. If you've seen my guide to having fun on the web, you remember that I suggested you ought to make a website. I gave a couple of reasons as to why this would be a good idea, but I want to expand on that idea here. And, to show you my resolve, I'm going to do my best to show you how I made mine. So, why should you make a website? I think everyone who actively uses the internet and enjoys it as its own concept ought to have a website. Back in the day, to have an online presence at all, you needed to have one. Whether you had an Angelfire blog or a NeoCities page, or even self-hosted from a basement server, if you wanted to put yourself out there, you had to be the one to do it. Nowadays, with social media, anyone can put themselves out there in a few clicks. This isn't a bad thing. It allows people to be connected to one another without having to tinker about trying to get a website to work. However, it does lead to everyone being under the thumb of someone else. If any big social media makes some big changes that impede the user experience, you're forced to like them or leave. And if you do leave, what do you do with all the friends you can't find anywhere else? Any social media can just lose money and shut its doors, and you'll lose everything. A lot of people, especially on Twitter, operate on a sunk cost fallacy, where people remain on the platform because they've used it for so long. But if the platform doesn't serve you, why use it? You cannot ensure social media will be good forever. Even if it starts out with good intentions, even if it starts out as an FU to another platform, it is still entirely possible that the website will change. For example, Discord used to have a very grassroots vibe to it. It stuck it to the man, it was for the gamers, by the gamers. And now it just tries to get you to do all sorts of useless things just for the sake of profit. And that's the problem. Any social media stands to make a profit. And if making a profit comes at the cost of you, the user, well, that's the way the cookie crumbles. This isn't to say no one should use social media, do what you want, but I am pitching to you why you should have a website, so expect some bias. So, why should you have a website? Especially when signing up to a social media is quicker and easier, right? Having a website puts you in control. And who doesn't want control? Number 1. You can control what is on your website. Do you like hammerheads? Great! Hammerhead website! Do you despise teeth? Great! No teeth have to ever be seen when you're in charge. No algorithm to make you mad, just what you want when you want it. Number 2. The aesthetic design is all yours. Do you use a plugin for old Twitter because you hate the UI changes? Worry not. With your website, you control the look. It changes with you when you want it to. No having to keep an app outdated to avoid that hard new update that adds swiping features. Number 3. The amount of social features on your website depend on you. Do you want no one to talk to you ever again? Fantastic! Don't put anything in it. Do you want buddies? Join a web ring, or make one if you fancy. You can leave your contact email or a guest book for people to sign. Once again, it's all up to you. Number 4. Assuming you save your code and assets to your hard drive, which you should, if the hosting site of your choice goes down, doesn't even matter. You have your entire website just backed up to your computer. Your years of good memories are saved no matter what happens. Number 5. Creating a website is surprisingly easy. There are many tools for it in the modern day, including website builders and templates. If you're too nervous to start from scratch, you can use a builder or template, with credit, to get started and gradually evolve from there. Number 6. In addition, it's a great way to make friends. I've made a few friends by contacting them and asking, how did you manage to do so-and-so on your page, and getting some help? I find that generally, most coding nerds love to help out and write a new thing. Number 7. A personal website is a great catch-all, because you can structure it to your liking. You don't have to worry about missing features on different platforms. If you want a gallery page, you can make one. You don't have to hope and pray that scrolling your feed is enough for people to see your art. Number 8. You don't have to worry too much about likes and views. While NeoCities can tell you how many views your website has, this is in no way the main function, and it doesn't actually show up on your website unless you tell it to, so there isn't much pressure about reach. Number 9. And most importantly, it reclaims the web. Do it for this reason. Do it to tell the stockholders to piss off. To tell advertisers where to go. Say yes to the fun the net was made for. Do it as a way to stick it to the man. The internet should be for the people, by the people. Just do your part. Okay, so hopefully I've indoctrinated, convinced you with my logic into thinking, wow, I ought to make a website. The first step when thinking about making a website is to think about what you want on it and what you want it to look like. This will all no doubt change with the capacity, but it's still good to have an idea. I personally recommend using some paper and pen for this, to scribble out some lines and name some divs. Most importantly, you have to consider, do you want your website to be uniform or eclectic? For example, my website is very uniform. Each page generally looks similar, and they all borrow lines of code. If you don't know yet, don't worry. You can always figure things out as you go. I definitely did. But to find that out, you're going to need to watch part 2! I know! Don't worry, it's all planned out, so there won't be too much of a delay, I promise. I hope to see you there. Bye-bye!